Welcome to Spill the Booch. This is the show where we share wild, hilarious, and oh so relatable stories from the yoga and wellness world because even the most peaceful spaces have their fair share of WTF moments. I'm Mara, and I'm here with my team of industry pros and business coaches, Carol and Bridget. And together we're diving into stories that make you laugh, cringe, and say, yep, that's studio life. So grab your coffee, kombucha, or your favorite drink, and let's jump in. So today's story is only 2 weeks old and it comes from the yoga thread. And the title is Puppy Yoga Gives Me the Ick and I Don't Know Why Yet. My initial reaction is this person is clearly a psychopath. But before we dive in, does anybody have any initial thoughts on the story and the title?
I don't know about in Carol's yoga world, but in my yoga world, this is very controversial, very hot topic. Any kind of the themed yogas are very, you've lots of strong opinions people have.
That's what I hear. I'm assuming this has to do with puppies actually being in the room, but maybe it has something else. I don't know. Maybe it's just puppy pose for an hour. I don't know.
All right, well, let's jump in and see what it's all about. So again, the title is Puppy Yoga Gives Me the Ick, and I'm not sure why yet. Hoping to spark conversation so there can be more understanding on this. I know that puppy yoga is taking off, and I love dogs, but I just don't feel right about it. Something is just off. Maybe not with all puppy yoga places, but I've been getting ads from this one, Puppy Yoga Club, on Instagram. On their website, it's not specific enough for me to trust them fully. They just say they get their puppies from local breeders and rescues, but I'd rather have more information up front on who they're working with. Is anyone else bothered by the lack of transparency? Also, it's just stretching and puppy playtime. It's very cute and it seems very fun. I don't doubt that, and I love yoga. I'm a second generation Indian American learning the practice, and it's helping me become more grounded and connected to my heritage. I also understand the modern comforts and how we can integrate traditional yoga practice and teachings into our day-to-day life. But there's something very human consumption-y about all this that feels off. What do you think? Thoughts?
You go, Carol.
I tend to agree with the poster. There's something like, I don't know. We personally never actually brought the animals into the room with us. And although we're very pet friendly studio, actually, and one of our main desk people was constantly, she's always rescuing dogs. And so we had them behind the desk a lot of times, and a ton of our students ended up rescuing or adopting a lot of the puppies. So the puppy yoga aspect was you came in, you got to maybe hold a puppy before and after class, and then you would go in and actually take your class. I don't think I would want to take a class where the puppies are running around. I would be afraid that something would happen to them, or it just seems a little bit unsafe, I guess, depending on what kind of class you're teaching. But, I've seen videos of like goat yoga and they hop on top of you. And I just, personally, I find that very distracting. And I know you're supposed to keep your focus in a yoga class despite all the things that are happening. But I don't think I would be able to really go into my own with the goat like hopping on me. So,
I hear you.
yeah, a few questions about all this. What about you,
Yeah.
Bridget?
I'm definitely not one to get outraged about the different themes of yoga. They're not for me personally. I do not care to go to a puppy yoga class, not because I don't love puppies. I do. I'm a regular person. I'm not a psychopath. I love puppies. But that does not appeal to me. The mimosas and flow doesn't appeal to me. Goat yoga certainly did. Goats are really aggressive, I think. So that's weird. But I'm not going to get bent out of shape about someone else doing it. I do think that the poster brings up a really good point about like, where the hell are these puppies coming from? I think that's a
Yeah.
really good point. And I bet that she could probably find out more if she wanted to. There's
Yeah. Do a
probably,
little
doing a
research.
little investigation. But I think that's a really good point. Everything I've heard from people who do puppy yoga, or who've done it before is just like there's pee and poop everywhere. So not for me.
It's not as glamorous as people think,
Exactly.
for
Wait, have you
sure.
done it, Mara?
I've never done a puppy yoga class, but I've done a puppy movie night where one of the animal shelters played a puppy movie and we all just literally sat and played with puppies and they peed everywhere. I have
For sure.
obviously have a dog myself. I got Waylon when he was 10 weeks old and we were still potty training him. And within 20 minutes of him drinking water, he was peeing. There's no way to avoid it and can't deprive puppies of water. And that's what I've actually heard from puppy classes is there was actually an article in the comments of this one that I read a while back. And there's some studios that are doing this and they deprive the puppies of water because they don't want them peeing or pooping, which is so sad and heartbreaking. So like these little puppies need their water, but then people are like, oh, I don't want them to pee on me. But circling back to what Bridget said about where these puppies come from is important. And if it is genuinely a shelter trying to get the puppies adopted, that's one thing. And as much as I love puppies, having a breeder come in and it looks cool for Instagram where you have a bunch of golden retriever puppies, I would probably go to one, to be honest. But
Hey, yeah, I would go.
but the realistic, I don't know, it's just kind of icky. It is icky to think that a breeder is promoting their puppies because also usually breeders have all of their puppies sold before when they're 8 weeks old they go. So how old are these puppies when they're coming in? And then how long are they away from their mom when they're in these classes? And there's so many logistical questions that go through my mind. And as much as I love puppies, I don't know if I like the puppy classes.
And what's in it for the breeder if they've already sold the dogs? And if
Exactly.
they haven't sold the dogs, what I'm going to go to a puppy yoga class so you can advertise your $5,000 dog to me? I don't. I think it would be like if a studio is really passionate about dog rescue, which I know that there are tons of yoga studio owners who are, you can do a side-by-side event. You do a
Yeah.
free yoga class and then afterwards have like a puppy adoption event.
Yeah.
But I do think it's just a little quickie to
Yeah.
combine the two. And I think that's this letter writer who I thought the letter writer was very measured. Didn't come off. She's not like outraged, which is fine to be outraged, whatever. I'm
Reddit, people are opinionated.
actually, but she seemed very like, I'm just trying to understand, which I appreciate that tone. I just think it's complicated.
I think Carol's got the right idea where you have the puppies before you go
Totally.
into class and then you go into your class. Because that's another thing that people always say. It's, well, when I go to yoga, I want to do a yoga class. But I think everybody knows going into a puppy class or a goat yoga class, you're not doing yoga. You're genuinely going to sit there and play with the puppies or get trampled by the goats.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do a goat yoga class because they literally will climb on your heads and that's not like their little hooves are sharp. There's nothing enjoyable sounding about that in any regard. And I've tried doing yoga at home with Waylon around, and it's one thing for puppies to be jumping on your head, but a 60-pound dog, it's not cute. It's not fun.
They really get in the way. I teach a lot of online yoga to my community and also to my YTTers, and I just get the biggest kick out of it. Like we've got one who's got a little gray cat, and she will jump on her head. They'll be in a chair pose, and this cat will just jump on her head, and then she'll lay on her belly and savasana. I get the biggest kick out of it. I think it's so cute.
That's so funny.
You guys think? I can't believe I've never thought about this before, but why do you guys think they put yoga and this stuff together? Like, why those two things?
I think, in my opinion, it's because yoga studios have always had that karma class, right? And so it probably came from like karma classes supporting the animal shelter. But then what's going to bring more awareness by just supporting the shelter and all of the donations going to that shelter than bringing the puppies to the yoga studios? So that's probably, I'm assuming, where it got started, because yoga studios have always been known to support local businesses and charities and things like that. So maybe that's where it came from.
Does the goat
Nothing to
support any charities?
Well,
Pardon?
that's what I'm thinking. Goat yoga to me, I think I saw that on like Real Housewives. So I feel like it's a California starting, just like
I can
gimmick
see that.
kind of thing. And so I'm like, this probably all started in California. Sorry, guys.
Probably.
It did. What is it about yoga that like, invites gimmicks? I don't like, why is there no Pilates and goats?
That's a good
Then they
question.
would get caught in the springs and get
Yeah,
really
because
hurt.
reformers are too expensive. They did not, like,
Pricey to put
Not in
goats in
springs.
reformers.
There's no CrossFit with puppies and
Then they would smash them
That
with
would be
all
so
the.
dangerous, actually.
It's very dangerous in a or they'd get kicked when they're doing muscle ups and stuff.
Jumped on, they get weight strapped on them. Yeah, maybe it's just the nature of yoga kind of being pretty accessible
Yeah,
and
there's no danger zones.
just like a goat play date or like a puppy play date or whatever. Like, why is there yoga in it? I just don't.
They're like tapping into a new community, right? Because like have like petting zoos, or you have the animal shelter itself that you can go to, but then it's like bringing the thing to a new thing and literally putting it in a new community for awareness. It's a marketing gimmick. It really is. It's all marketing.
So it's the same thing as like doing yoga in a brewery, basically, which
Exactly.
is like, I'm gonna expose my studio to more people. I'm gonna expose my goat farm.
I need to sell more goat cheese. How do we do that?
Yeah, I love goat cheese.
So do I. The people who don't like goat cheese are also, those are real psychopaths. Carol's sitting over there like, I don't like goat cheese.
I do. No psychopaths over here.
Let's turn the tables a little bit. As a studio owner and teachers, how do you balance offering trendy classes that attract attention without losing your mission, values, or credibility?
Well, the first question to ask is, does this event align with my core values and my mission? And what's the result I'm looking for? Right.
Yeah.
So if it's to be a wow thing, or maybe it's to sell something else, you definitely, those are the questions you ask first, and not just, oh, this sounds like a fun idea. I'll do it just because. And I think we get into that a lot with as studio owners. We just want to do the next thing that somebody brings up to us without really thinking whether it's benefiting the studio and with the bigger picture of things. So
That's a great answer. What about you, Bridget?
Just totally everything Carol said. I think that's such a huge thing. And I remember being like that when I was a new studio owner, of just, oh, well, let's do this. Other people do this. Let's see this, blah. And now I am so ruthless about events. I was on a meeting with my manager the other day, and she had this idea about this Earth Day flow and being outside, and it sounds like great, but I kept asking, and then she wanted to do treats. And so I was like, okay, well, how much is that going to cost? What's the point of this? Think about this person you're going to need, this person you're going to need, setups, whatever. And then what is the purpose for us? Because we have, me and her and all yoga studio owners and managers and all humans have limited resources. We have limited time. We have limited energy to put towards things. And it's not like, oh, every single thing has to be this huge moneymaker or whatever. There are other goals in events, but does this event serve my studio's greater purpose and needs? And I think that is something that is so missing with especially new yoga studio owners who really maybe haven't been burned enough times, or just haven't really put things into perspective. And it's so common and so understandable. And also there's nothing wrong with learning from experience. So, but really thinking about, what is the point of this? What are we getting out of? What is my community actually getting out of this?
Yeah, totally. What is a yoga or wellness trend that you secretly love that would probably make the serious yoga police raise an eyebrow?
that's a tough one.
Any kind of crazy classes you would secretly really want to have at your studio?
I've never done this before, but I've always wanted to do a gloga where you're like,
It's
I've never
so
gotten to
fun.
and it seems really fun.
Especially now that they have like glow paint too. It's more like widely popular to get. There's those TikToks with the people that even just, I think they tape the glow sticks to their body and then they do all the dances in the dark. That would be really fun.
I did gloga once, or yoga in the dark or whatever. And it was really cool. We can never do it again because my studio is all windows. And so it took the amount of, first of all, money that I spent on aluminum foil to black out the windows. And then my husband was in there probably 10 hours total, just taping. And I did not, for some reason, think it was going to be that hard.
Yeah.
But have so many windows, so it's perfect for like hot studios that are all blacked out anyway if you turn out the lights, but it'll never work. But I totally would. And that's a great one, Carol. I like that one. I think it's like fun and it's sensory, and I think that's a really good one. I can't think of any other ones though, really. I'm not it's
No.
just not, it's not for me.
No, that's fair. We used to do Gloga every Halloween. So it was like an annual thing. We would do a Halloween theme class and we'd decorate the studio. And then it was the 7:30 class. So we didn't have to deal with the in the
Totally.
daytime. And also in Canada in October, it was like dark by 4.
But even with the so you guys had windows in your studio?
It was only on one wall that there was windows in the studio.
Because we have like street lights outside. So it was like so bright. No, even ours was in the dark too, but it was just still.
Interesting. We were like kind of not like a super lit street, I would say. And there's a parking lot in front of the studio. So then the street lights were like further away.
Yeah.
So that's probably, but it was definitely like, this is only a 1 time a year thing because Josh, we had the tube lights in the studio. And so he had to take all of them out and put the black light ones in. And it was a whole process to do it. And so it wasn't a thing that we did often, but
It's fun.
all right, let's dive into some of the comments. This one had 119 upvotes. Most classes with animals, be it puppies, goats, or whatever, are not going to give you that Zen moment many would like from yoga. It's also generally not a time to work on challenging postures. It's more laid back, possibly more social, as people laugh and adore the animals together, and it's meant to be a fun, new experience and environment. The different experience can be used to gain insight into your own expectations of the practice and create a space where newcomers feel welcome and comfortable due to the less formal nature. It will generally not resemble a traditional yoga class. That said, it's not a bad idea to know the details. In my experience, many puppy yoga and also dogs and cats have not worked with breeders, but rather with shelters to showcase the animals available for adoption or to raise money with donations. The animals' well-being is the #1 priority for these classes and people second. If something feels amiss for you, this is simply maybe not the class for you. Puppies pee on the mat and shit. Once that happened, I never came back. They don't inform you of that it could happen, and that's on me. I never had dogs, so I didn't know they couldn't hold it in for an hour. I thought people walk their dogs 3 times a day and that's enough, but it ruins the experience and is awful in general. Well, this person clearly has been living under a rock if he doesn't know that dogs need to pee. I don't like these yoga classes with animals. They just feel like a commercial idea for me. I see no benefit to yoga where a goat might jump on my back or a puppy might pee on my mat. Great for Instagram, terrible yoga experience. The one near me, it's actually kittens, not puppies, but same deal, is done as a way to raise funds for the shelters. It's even less commercial than a regular yoga class you see all around the world. Maybe because puppies aren't props, I couldn't even do yoga like that. I would 100% sign up to play with puppies though. Me, yes. Allergies, ew. What the fuck? Some people and their comments, it's all the same. All the comments are basically just saying exactly what we said. Everybody is either loves it or hates it, but
Yeah.
I think shelters are the way to go.
Like, yeah, raising money, that's nice. If you're raising
Yeah.
money for your shelter, I think that's nice. And if that serves you, then that's great.
I really think, circling back again to what Carol said, we really have it figured out.
Yeah.
Bring in the puppies into the lobby, and it's just the best of both worlds.
I totally agree.
I would just never leave the studio though until the puppies
know.
had to be taken away.
Yeah.
So maybe then you would just have stalker issues after that.
Yeah.
It's set up to where if you're not into puppies, you may not even know that one is back there. But the people that we know are way into it. It's like, hey, guess what? And then they're like, I'm coming back to the front desk. They'll put their mat down and come out and just sit all the time with the puppy.
There is one thing that actually, now that I'm thinking about it, does give me the ick about, I'll take Waylon in to get his paws trimmed and his nails clipped. And sometimes they'll have puppies there for adoption. And they're obviously they're cute, they're puppies, but then it's the people that are there. I'm standing there waiting for Waylon to get his paws done, and the people are seriously like, so you want to adopt another dog? Oh, they get along so well. You should have another dog. They're like literally pushing, and this has happened multiple times at different places where they have like, these little setups of puppies, and they're so pushy for me to adopt this dog. And I'm like, no, I don't want another puppy. One puppy is a lot, and just because my dog is sniffing it and he likes it doesn't mean I'm going to take it home with me. Oh, anyways. All right. Let's have some fun. Rapid fire round. I'm going to name some yoga fusion ideas and you tell me yes, no, or burn it with fire. Ready? Cat yoga.
No.
Taylor Swift yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew Josh would say burn that one with fire. You would burn it with fire?
That's too far, Carol. No.
Girl, friends off.
Put it on the playlist for you, Mara.
All
It's
right,
just
snake yoga, like cobras. So you can do cobra in with cobras. Burn it. I agree. That's a
burn it.
hard burn with fire and blow the place up with a bomb. Hot dog yoga.
Do you eat the hot dogs at yoga?
I mean,
You
it's
have
not
a-
specified. Like pose, get a bite of a yoga or get a bite of a hot dog.
Sure.
It's
why
like a
not?
rewarding, like the carrot. You do a yoga posture, you get some hot dog.
I love hot dogs. I don't really
As
see the
long
point
as-
of that one.
I'm gonna say that one's a no. Maybe if it was smoothie bowl yoga, I'd be like, yeah.
Stomach would hurt.
yeah.
So I was
As
just
long as the
happy
hot dog part was
tonight.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a hot dog, but
Like burrito yoga, Taco Tuesday. You could do a Taco Tuesday yoga theme where you bring tacos in after yoga class,
yes.
not before, because then you're just tooting up a storm.
Yeah.
And who wants that?
We have an amazing taco truck right next to our studio. So that would be perfect for us.
Oh my gosh, that's heaven.
Every day is Taco Tuesday.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
I've
Silent disco yoga.
I love it.
never
No, I think I've never done it either, but I think it would be really fun.
I think so
have
too.
you done it, Carol?
Nope, but that sounds like something I'd want to try.
There you go. There's your little fun thing you can try.
They
You can
do that,
flow
right?
yoga and silent disco yoga
They do that, right? They've got like
thing
yeah,
now.
I'd try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Baby goat gong bath, where the goat ba replaces the gong. So if you've seen the new Thor, like not the new one, but the newest one with the goats, have you guys seen it yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. In the newest Thor, he like this magical little boat and it's driven by these goats and the goats like bass so fucking loud and it's just like ear piercing. So anyways, that'd be the gong is the goat bath.
It's a no from me.
That's a burn it with fire for me.
Yeah, we go burn it with fire on that one. There,
Thank
okay,
you.
at this retreat that we're at, it's amazing. I love it here. I want to come back next year. It's wonderful. But at lunch, or every meal, they blow this shell horn.
Oh, the
and
conch.
You are standing right there. Yeah, conch. He does it 3 times in a row, and I will jump the first time, and then I know it's coming 2 more times, but I jump every single time. It's so fucking loud, which is on purpose so that everybody in the whole resort can hear it. But if you are there, it is the worst in the entire world. And that's
Oh
what
my
I'm
gosh.
imagining with this goat gong bath.
Okay, I have some homework for you too. Just
Okay.
look up Thor. I'm pretty sure it's Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder goats. Josh just entered the waiting room right now. And we're literally just about to close up.
I was on a call. I was doing.
You
I was
missed
doing
a
our.
good one. It was all puppy yoga.
Oh God! Thank goodness I missed it.
I was really hoping you'd be on because your opinion would have been very, very, very funny.
Yeah, here's my opinion. Puppy yoga's stupid. Now,
We've
coming
also-
from someone who has a puppy, I'm like my shins are annihilated because this thing is just a monster and it just attacks you
Little
at every
shark
moment.
teeth.
Little shark teeth. Yeah.
Oh my God. When you get a dog, or I don't know what it is about Goldens, but their teeth are no longer teeth. Teeths. It's their teeths always. Like their little teeths. I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know. Anyways, Josh, well, we're wrapping up now. All right, friends, that's a wrap on this episode of Spill the Booch. Thanks for hanging out with us and sharing some laughs because let's face it, yoga might be zen, but life isn't always. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, share your own wild stories with us. You might just hear them on the show. Until next time.
Spill the booch, what's the scoop? Let me pour it in the cup. Mama stay with the drummer, now we bout to turn it up. Stretching truth like a honey hot tea in the room. Sip the kombucha fizz while we watch it go boom. Yeah.